Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today marks 9 weeks out officially from my show in September in Sarasota, Florida, Tournament of Champions. Link below if you want to find more details. And today we'll be going over some of the things that you will see in this video. Starting with my evening routine. What do I do in the evening to set myself up to have the best morning? So minimize the amount of thinking I have to do in the morning, have everything laid out in front of me, and then just be able to execute. Minimize the amount of thinking, maximize the amount of action, so I can quickly get out, quickly do all the things that I gotta do, and minimize time wasting. So I've streamlined the process to be as fast as possible. The second thing would be my weigh-ins, and it will be a physique update. So this is gonna be me first thing in the morning when I'm very hungry, fasted. Right after my weigh-in, you will see how my physique looks like brand new in the morning. Third thing you will see would be my morning routine. Cardio, the meals, the drinks that I have, all that other stuff. Then from there will be a chest and back workout. An amazing chest and back workout. I think this was one of the greatest workouts I've ever had. I go over into detail of how to properly train, what we want to do. And then after that, you will see me at work having meal 3. Also, another thing, there will be a tanning session. This is something that I like to do between my 9 to 5 job, which is where I train people, and then my online job where there's a gap in between, sometimes twice a week. I like to squeeze in tanning. Then I like to go over the changes that happen from 10 weeks out to 9 weeks out. And this is something that this kind of a roster will be going through week by week, so you guys have a better understanding and a better layout. What are the changes and how these changes impact my physique moving forward all the way down to show day. And also, once you're done enjoying this video, I will meet you back here to conclude the entire video. Enjoy the show. And good evening, my people. It is currently 10:30 and I'm getting ready for bed. I'm fucking tired. I can't even think right now. I'm gonna show you my evening routine that sets me up for my morning routine. It's been a long fucking day. I've been up since 3:30. Anyway, here's my kitchen here. I need this to be set up like this so I can make breakfast and coffee first thing in the morning. Then take all of these supplements here and then fit them into these 3 drinks. My pre-workout, pre-cardio, and then I have my cardio drink, and then my pre-workout, essentially. That's what that is. I would go more into detail. I'm just so fried right now. I can't even think. Also, the 2 pills that I take, the 2 supplements that I take on an empty stomach before I do my cardio is my fat burner and my liver care, right? Also then with meal 1, I have another handful of pills that I have to take. And then also I like to take the Clen Butyl, which is essentially asthma medication that helps me lose fat. And now I'm going to take you to my bathroom because that's where the other setup is. I do have a cardio setup. This would be my cardio setup. I have a fresh towel, I have knee sleeves, I have my, this is a waist trainer that keeps my midsection tight so my waist looks invisible on stage, essentially. Bodybuilding is a huge illusion. So we want to make the judges see what we want them to see, right? And appear and show our best assets, our best sides at all times. And the waist trainer helps with that, obviously socks. And then when I get back, I have, because I'm obviously sweaty as fuck, change my underwear, change clothes, change everything, and then put on these new set so then I can go to the gym and work out and be clean. And I'm pretty much worn out as fuck right now, and the only thing I have to say is I'll see you at 5 a.m. at the gym, and we are training chest and back because it's Friday, baby. Let's go. All right, and it's currently 3:36. Getting ready to do some cardio. Just woke up. Oops, here's my pre-workout, pre-cardio drink and my cardio drink. This is all set up from the night before breakfast. This is EEA's, preserves the muscle while I'm doing cardio in the first stages. And this would be pre-workout. Essentially what it does is wakes me up. Now what I take first thing would be liver care on an empty stomach, and I take a fat burner while I'm doing the cardio. And also I'm making some coffee. And these I drink during the duration of my 40-minute cardio session. See you down there. All right, this is 9 weeks out officially. And this is part of the process. You know, how do I get myself to be so positive, so energetic, so enthusiastic? This is it. You know, I do my cardio, I do my training, I do my eating, and then when I get to work, I feel so good that I just can't help it but be good to everyone else and be the best coach, the best trainer that I possibly can be. We're doing 10 incline, and we're gonna work up all the way to 3 speed within about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And then this right here, EEA, it's a cardio drink. Essentially, what this EEA does is prevents any sort of muscle degradation. The amino acids that the body likes to burn when we're fasted, because essentially there's not a lot of glucose in the body for energy, body likes to use the muscle. So we're gonna give it enough amino acids so it preserves the muscle. It uses those while it starts using the glucose, and then eventually start using the fat stores for energy. And that's how we burn fat. Also, I have my coffee here. The only coffee that I can drink is black. I have about 2 or 3 of these per day. Very good. I love black coffee. That's pretty much it. I'll see you upstairs in about 40 minutes for meal number 1. Okay, so this is me. Post cardio, you can see there's not a dry spot on the shirt. This is basically to keep the waist tight and shrink it so I appear bigger on stage at the shoulders. 40 minutes cardio speeds up the metabolism, helps me get leaner, and also it increases fat burning rate, which is ultimately what we want. And here is meal number 1. So I'm gonna chow this down real quick. It looks so good. I'm freaking starving. 9 weeks out, the food goes down, and hunger is next level stuff. I'm gonna get this down, and I'm heading to the gym. All right, good morning everyone. It's 5 a.m. and it's chest and back. It's Friday. It's a good day to be here. And first what we're gonna do is we're gonna start warming up with the bench press, and then we're gonna do 3 sets of 15, 12, and 10. Targeting the chest, especially the mid part of the chest. For this, the grip is gonna be wider. That way, when we go down, we get a good stretch here. Then when we push up, we utilize the chest and the front deltoid, but not the triceps. Obviously, the closer the grip we have, the more the triceps we're gonna utilize. The farther out, the more the chest. First warm-up set, this is basically to drive blood in the muscles and the ligaments, the tendons, the joints, and make sure I'm letting the body know, giving it the signals, letting it know that, hey, prepare, we're gonna do some heavy lifting. Make sure you're all warm and ready to go. And what we wanna do, especially with our form, is we wanna lean on our upper back and then sit on our butt, creating an arc, and make sure the back is not flat to the bench. That way our shoulders are back and our chest is in primary position, therefore allowing us to engage more of the chest and less of the shoulders. So, Exhibit A. moving on to flat bench dumbbell fly. We're gonna be doing 3 sets of 15 with 5 pulses at the bottom. So when I'm all the way in this super disadvantageous position where the chest is in maximum stretch, I'm gonna be adding these 5 pulses. Therefore, with the weight, when I move the center of gravity away from me, I'm gonna be able to get even further stretch and break down even more muscle fibers on the eccentric and on the concentric as well when I'm coming up. We don't have to go super heavy weight. It's about the art of the actual movement. It's about feeling the muscles, contracting it, squeezing it at the top, and then getting a good deep stretch. Oh, that was hard. That was hard. So what we want to do here is right after we're done with the set, we want to come in when the muscle is the weakest, come in and flex it and hold that position and drive as much blood as we possibly can, as much pressure, so we can finish up that chest. For that set, completely tear up as many muscle fibers as we can until we then take a 2-minute break, rest, recover, and then get right back into it. When I first started off, I wasn't getting good pumps in the gym, was because in today's society, everything has caffeine and we're overly caffeinated. And you see muscles are made up with like, I don't know, 80% water, like glycogen, water, and then like 20% is actual like muscle fiber tissue. So when we drink caffeine, it drains the water from the muscles and we're flat, so we can't get a good pump. That's why we gotta keep chugging water like crazy. The more water we have, the more the muscles are filled out, the bigger pumps we get, and the more effective the exercises are. All right, we just finished up with the flies, 3 sets of 15 with 5 pulses. Now moving on to the next one. We're moving on to a plate-loaded decline. This targets the lower chest, mostly. So when we're squeezing, we're pushing down and we're targeting this area. So depending on where our arm placement is, that's mostly the area that we're gonna target. If we're doing a little bit higher, it's gonna be higher chest, right? Even you could see the difference when I'm pressing medium, mid chest, and then upper chest. You can see the difference of how it's being flexed. The number one thing that most people get wrong when they're training chest, and I was one of these people, is I was training shoulders because I didn't have the right form. How do we know we have the right form? This is a universal law for all exercises. Chest out, back straight, shoulders back. This position right here allows us to put the chest in the primary position, and when we press, we're pressing with our chest rather than with our shoulders. So you can see most people have developed prone delts, but their chest is lacking. I was one of them because of my poor form. We want to get in this weird kind of uncomfortable position, arch our backs, land on our upper back, and go wide grip. We want to target the chest, not the tricep. So now from this position, we push. For the plate-loaded decline machine, we're going to be training 3 sets of 12. That first set is kind of a warm-up / working set, just to make sure that the seat is in the right place, I have the right grip, make sure the mind-muscle connection is there. And now we're going to actually get into the working sets. One of the biggest weaknesses I had in my physique was my chest, and thankfully I hired somebody to actually show me how to train and be able to isolate the actual muscle that I want, not the secondary muscle groups like the shoulders and the triceps. My chest has blown up overnight. Just making these changes with the right dieting, right nutrition, right intensity, all of that, just, it's amazing what the human organism can do if we have the right nutrition, we have the right training, most importantly, consistency. Because this life, we're just developing any sort of body part or just changing our lives cannot be done in one day or 1 week or 1 month. It takes years. Being good every day over time, we become great at something. And that's what it's all about. You know, we have a long life to live. Might as well make the most of it every single day with every single action and habit. Just finished up with the decline and machine press. Now we're on to incline dumbbell press. And this exercise consists of 4 sets, 10 full reps and 10 partial reps at the bottom. The partial reps at the bottom, towards the end of the exercise, are so effective. It feels 3 times as hard as doing an actual rep, because when the muscle is pumped and fatigued, so tired at the end, and we add these pulses, these half reps, that just completely demolishes the muscle fibers. Done properly, I'll probably need like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes to recover so I can go to the next set. Holy mother of God. Oh yeah. This is it. This is it. That was fantastic. Oh my God. This is called effective training. This is it. This is what we're after. This is how we maximize every set and every rep. If you saw that exercise there, I think out of the 15 reps or 10 reps I did, 9 were effective. And then from the 10 pulses, I would say 8 of them were effective. That's very close. That's very close. That's 90% and 80% of the workout was effective. Ooh. Towards the end, the 40 pounders were getting just too heavy, and now I have to drop down to 35 pounds on incline dumbbell bench press. However, my initial strength of my chest is I'm able to bench press 100 pounds for about 8 reps on the incline. Look what I'm lifting now. 35s. So it's not about the weight that we're lifting, it's about the damage that the weight can cause to the muscle fibers. Lifting effectively rather than just ego lifting. Right. We just finished up with the dumbbell incline bench press. Now we're moving on to the Peck Deck fly. One of the things that most people don't understand, especially beginners, and I was like this too, is most of the time we spend at the gym is spent resting. So I would say maybe 60% is rest, 40% is actual training. The recovery is just as important as the actual lift, because in order to extract most of the energy from the muscle and be able to extract everything, right, all of the energy, so that we can break down as many muscle fibers as we can, we have to give the muscle enough time to recover, regain that energy back, let the fatigue set, and then get into it again. And that usually takes 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. And another thing, when we're at the gym, a minute in the gym is different than the minute in the real world. Here, we're present in the moment because we go through a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, and a lot of focus. So when we're present, time slows down. So maybe we're thinking that it's been 2 minutes, but in reality it's been 30 seconds. So we have to look at a clock in order to get a precise time frame of how much we're actually resting. And then we can get into the next set. Universal law applies here, chest out, back straight, butt all the way up against the seat. This is the position that I want to be in, right? Retracting my scapula back, chest in the primary position, legs out for balance, and then my butt out. You see this arc? I want to maintain this throughout the entire exercise. What I see a lot of people do is they'll do 10 sets here, and then when it gets hard, they start going like this. Yeah. Maintain form throughout the exercise. Do not break form. If you can only lift this much with proper form, lift that much. Your chest is done. It cannot lift anymore. So everything this, you're training shoulders, neglecting the chest. So it's very important that we maintain form throughout the exercise, even if we have to do partial reps. Here we go. As you saw, I did not break form even though I wasn't able to complete the rep. I just did a partial. I did everything I could with what I had. And that's how we extract the maximum of every set and every rep. We're on here, 2 more sets of 15, and then we're moving on to back. Dumbbell pull over. This exercise is excellent specifically on chest and back days because it actually simultaneously works the chest and the back. The number one thing that I've seen to work best for me when I perform this movement is performing it very slow, thinking about the muscle groups that I'm actively trying to contract and stretch at the same time. We stretch the chest, engage and flex the back, and then we come here, we flex the lats and the chest together. So I'll show you how it's done. One more. Woo. Oh, good God. Yeah, that was something else. Maximizing the stretch of the chest on the way down and then flexing the back at the same time like this. And now, from this position, when we pull up, we're contracting the lats like so, almost like doing a lat pull down, and at the same time when our kind of biceps come close to the chest, we're contracting the chest as well. So tremendous exercise for chest and back. Highly recommend it. One method that helps get a better stretch and better squeeze in the back is a 2-second pause at the weakest, most disadvantaged position when we're in. We add this 2-second pause here and then we lift. So I'll showcase how we do that for this exercise to maximize muscle breakdown. Oh my God, I felt that in my freaking core. That was fantastic. Whew, those last 3 reps, my mind was telling me, oh, you're done, you can't do anymore, you're done, just stop. And I was like, am I gonna die in this moment if I do 3 more? No, I'm not, so I'm going to do 3 more. And sometimes I like to compare what I'm doing to death, and if it's not as serious as death, I'm gonna do it. And that's the self-talk that sometimes it's required in the gym in order to make fucking progress. You know, this is a fucking sport, and I'm at the highest level of it. So I'm gonna fucking make sure that I'm gonna give everything I have, every ounce of energy, every ounce of fucking emotion, everything, to get the most amount of results that I can. And I take these traits that I learned here, just like in this moment, and I apply them in business. I apply them with my clients. I apply them in my personal relationships. And overall, this is how I build my character and allow the gym to influence me and build me into a 10.0 version of myself. Because this is not about building muscle and getting lean. It's about acquiring the habits and the necessary personality traits to be able to become the 10.0 version of ourselves. This is how we build who we really want to be, through discipline, consistency, rigorous training plan, and maximum amount of dedication. And these 4 traits, the most coveted traits in this world, are best acquired through here. And this is what I coach my clients. Every single fucking day they wake up and they watch me, they see me here train and do this shit, and all they can do is follow along. They see me lead by example, I set the standards for them, and they know what markers to hit. Moving on to the next movement, and this would be the isolateral low row. And it's very important to be able to get in the proper form, proper position, which means the same universal law applies. Chest out, back straight, ass down. We want our butt position to be here. Lean forward like we're riding a motorcycle, like so. Now when we grab the weights, we want to straighten up and open up the chest while maintaining position. So now we rotate our elbows this way, get the feet out of the way, and then we row, pulling the scapula back. Yeah, that was it. That was a very good exercise, targeting the lats, and I feel it in the back, especially after doing the pullover. This is something else for sure, and this is how we want exercises to feel. We want to feel like we've conquered the universe after every set, because that's how much energy, that's how much power we put into the actual movement. And when we take that concept and apply it in all other areas of life, in our meals, in our dieting, in the people that we want to impress, the people that we want to show love to, in our clients, in the work that we do, no matter how difficult it is, no matter the amount of effort it's required, it doesn't matter. We give it our fucking all every single day. Not because it's easy, but because who we are. All right, moving on to lat pull down. This is one of my favorite exercises because it builds the back, builds the width, that V taper on stage. So I'll walk back. This right here, the lats flaring out. That's what this exercise builds. And the best way I found to do that, to tweak the form a little bit from what you see conventionally people lift here. What I like to do is lift here and squeeze the lats from this end rather than kind of squeezing them here. And that, I've seen my lats develop way more from that than actually just pulling it down from the side. Universal form, chest out, back straight. And now what we want to do is pull scapula down, like so, twist our elbows in front of us, and pull. My lats are fired up. Good God, that was fantastic. Even for a warm-up, that was 20 reps, very lightweight. Mind-muscle connection and the squeeze at the bottom makes all of the difference in the world. All right, moving on to the last exercise of the day, and that would be the bent over row. This exercise develops the lower back, training the lower back and the lower lats, I should say, creates that thickness. So what we want here is we use wrist straps to control the weight better, so there's less swinging and momentum. We don't have to focus on holding the barbell. We can focus more on performing the movement correctly. So here's how that goes. So we can do over grip or under grip. It doesn't matter. I like to use over grip. There's little difference in between. Some people get more engagement with doing under grip. I get a little bit more engagement doing over grip. But sometimes I like to swap it, confuse the muscles, confuse the mind. Woo! Wow, I'm actually way more fatigued than I thought I was. I'm not even able to lift this weight. There was all kinds of cheating there, all kinds of swinging. I did feel it in my back, but not as much as I wanted to. So what we do now, drop the weight, and get right back after it. My back is shot. Oh, that feels so good. We have one more set here. This is gonna be it for chest and back today. Back to the current me. All right, so currently at work for meal number 3. This is my last carb meal of the day. Last week, I had 150 grams of rice with 7 ounces of chicken in this meal. But this week the food went down and it's 100 grams of rice. As you can see here, I have chicken, the rice, salt. This is my fat burner right here, Clen butyrol. I'll be taking that. I have my sauce and I have my gallon, which I have 2 of these in today. So first things first, I have to take this 3 times per day, 0.2 mcgs. So I'll go ahead and take that right before my meal, and I'll chow this down. So this is about 0.2, right? And it goes right under my tongue. So basically what this does is opens up my lungs, it's asthma medication essentially. It's not even a steroid. It opens up my lungs and increases the airflow and drives the blood faster in my body as a result. What happens is it speeds up my metabolism. So speeds up my heart rate, and then more blood, more energy gets consumed by doing nothing. So it's like I'm pretty much running while standing still. That's essentially how it works. I could be wrong, but that's my understanding to it. So this would be me right after work, tanning, getting a good tan on. When we get sprayed with these professional spray tans so we can see all of the cuts and all of the detail under those bright lights on stage, we first initially need a base coat, and it's very important that we get one naturally. Can't have a spray tan on top of a spray tan, so we need the tan will actually dry the skin, give it a color, so then when the spray tan comes on, it will sit much better and darker. It will accentuate all of the great lines that I've been working towards to achieve over this entire 21-week prep. So this is why tanning twice a week is very important and must be taken seriously. And now enjoy the pose down. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far, and for this last segment I'll be talking about some of the changes that happened from week 10 into week 9 and how have they impacted me. So the only 2 changes that were done to the meal plan was actually in meal 1 I was eating 10 less grams of oatmeal, and then in meal 3 I had 50 less grams of rice. And essentially that's a little bit of a tweak like that had a massive impact on my physique. And that's pretty much it. And also I had a new workout plan for beginning of this month. That just happened to land on week 9. And this is basically every month my coach looks at me and he looks at what I need more that we can work on, that we can tweak, and then he develops specific workouts. Basically what I do for my clients, he does that to me. He looks at me objectively. He's like, we need more shoulder, we need more upper chest, we need less legs, we need more glutes, we need more lower back. So all of the exercises are going to be targeting those specific areas so we can bring them up. And by next month, we'll see the changes that have been done, and then we'll see if we need to train them more, if we need to train them less, and decisions will be made. That's pretty much concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. As always, I'll be posting here every single week. Let me know what else would you like to see, and I'll be more than happy to go into more in depth and provide more insight and nuance about the subjects. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.